Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
Can Huawei's Pura 90 Pro Max really be an imaging powerhouse without a 1-inch sensor? That's the biggest controversy around this phone right now. In today's flagship market, 1-inch sensors almost feel mandatory, so Huawei's decision seems to go completely against the trend. But after using it, I think the criticism misses the point. This is absolutely a flagship camera phone. Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from techiestreet. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content. In fact, Huawei seems to be showing the industry a completely different way to build one. The Pura 90 Pro Max isn't just another yearly upgrade. From design to photography to market strategy and supply chain choices, it offers a very different answer, and it gets really interesting. Huawei's P series, now Pura, has always been about cameras. From the P9 to the P40, imaging came first. The previous Pura 80 Ultra even had a 1-inch main camera and a powerful telephoto setup that fans loved. This time, though, Huawei changed direction. No 1-inch main sensor. Naturally, people assumed it was a compromise. But once you test it, that argument starts falling apart because this phone still competes directly with flagship devices that do use 1-inch sensors. Take low light. The Pura 90 Pro Max is excellent at night. Its nighttime video is even better than some flagship phones this year with 1-inch low-fix sensors. In daylight and high-contrast scenes, it's equally impressive. So why isn't the larger sensor clearly winning? Did physics stop mattering? Not at all. Huawei simply took a different path. Instead of relying on size alone, Huawei combined low-fic technology, its RYYB sensor, and a real f.1.4 variable aperture. Low-fic controls highlights, RYYB pulls in more light. Together, they significantly improve light intake. And there's more. The 200MP telephoto also uses an RYYB sensor, giving it surprisingly strong detail capture even in very dark scenes. Hardware isn't the whole story either. The Kirin 9030S processor plays a huge role. Huawei said this chip was built with imaging in mind, and after testing it, that feels true. Noise control at 20x zoom is genuinely impressive. Pair it with Huawei's second-generation Hung-Fung image algorithm, and nighttime colors look remarkably accurate. And remember, I'm comparing this phone against some of the strongest flagship devices available right now. Is the camera perfect? No, but it definitely has strengths that feel unique. If you love shooting city lights, old streets at night, or concerts in difficult lighting, this phone feels built for you. In some situations, it even outperforms competitors with 1-inch sensors. It also supports 4K 60fps HDR and log recording, and what's impressive is that these results come from deep optimization between hardware, algorithms, and chip-level processing, not sensor size alone. And honestly, who says other brands won't eventually follow this approach? Imaging is moving toward AI. Hardware still matters, but pure hardware competition is reaching its limits. Algorithms are becoming just as important. It may sound controversial today, but it's something people will remember. That said, I actually find something else even more interesting. Huawei's X-Mage selfie feature solves a real problem. It teaches people how to take better photos. Turn it on, and the phone recognizes the scene and suggests poses, composition, and positioning. You can even import your own poses. Whether it's a selfie or a photo of someone else, it guides you to the best angle. Just follow the prompts and press the shutter. Professional photographers may not care, but for everyday users, this could be one of the biggest upgrades on the phone. Because the smartphone market doesn't lack great cameras. The real problem is that most people don't know how to use them well. That's probably why Huawei added 3D dynamic photos. You can share them directly to social platforms and even convert live photos from other phones with one tap. And honestly, that's incredibly impressive. Now, let's talk about the design. If I had to describe the Pura 90 Pro Max in one sentence, it would be this: it feels incredibly youthful. Huawei calls it emotional color aesthetics, inspired by holiday travel. And honestly, I get it. This sunset purple version, and even the earlier orange ocean finish, look like colors pulled straight from different sunset skies. But I know what some of you are thinking. Isn't this design a little too bold? Maybe even unexpected? And that's exactly why I think Huawei nailed it. Because this shows they understand the market. They're not designing only for tech enthusiasts. They're thinking about everyone else too. There's a quote that fits perfectly. Sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. You just became too old. Think about it. A lot of young people still use QQ simply because they don't want the same social space as their parents. That's not technology. That's human behavior. And when people buy phones, most aren't comparing sensor sizes or benchmark scores. They look at the brand, the design, and the price. That's why the Pura 90 Pro Max's gradient finish matters. It breaks away from the endless sea of plain smartphones and instantly feels different from the typical professional camera look. Because phones aren't just tools anymore. They're accessories. They're part of your outfit. They're in your hand, your mirror selfies, and your everyday life. This phone has real social presence. People notice it. And honestly, that's a good thing. We all appreciate good design. Most of us spend ages picking a phone case just because it looks nice. So yes, appearance matters. In many ways, appearance is productivity. And strangely, this reminds me of Nokia. Nokia didn't lack technology. They had touchscreens, mobile internet, and apps early on. Their hardware was incredibly strong. Yet they still lost. Not because of specs, but because of user experience. And today's smartphone market feels very similar. Everyone is chasing bigger sensors, more megapixels, and crazier hardware. Phones keep getting more complicated. Which brings us back to the Pura 90 Pro Max. While others focus on professional specs, Huawei seems focused on something different: social interaction, sharing, and making photography easier. X-Mage makes selfies simple. The emotional color design turns the phone into part of your personal style. Benchmark scores can't measure those things, but users feel them every day. And personally, I think that's more valuable than adding another spec to a list. So yes, calling this a true ultra-level flagship feels completely fair. And to be clear, the Pro Max is strong in other areas too. But today, I wanted to share the bigger industry trends I noticed while using it. Now let's talk about pricing, because this may be one of Huawei's biggest advantages this year. Its price is actually among the lowest in the mainstream flagship imaging category. And I don't think that's accidental. It may even explain why Huawei skipped the 1-inch sensor. Over the last 2 years, flagship phones have entered a full-blown specs war. Online, people keep asking for bigger and more extreme hardware. Sometimes it feels like they'd be happy if Huawei built a chip factory and stuffed it inside the phone. But reality works differently. Higher specs usually mean higher prices. Yes, better hardware can improve the experience, but eventually it becomes too expensive for average consumers. Especially now, with supply chain pressure and rising component costs. Even memory prices have jumped significantly. As a result, some flagship phones now cost so much, they almost feel unreachable. Even I look at some prices and get shocked. And honestly, for most people, price matters more than niche technical specs, because consumer electronics starts with one simple thing: buying the product. And when a phone combines strong brand power, competitive cameras, reliable signals, smooth software, eye-catching design, social-friendly features, and then adds an aggressive price, the result can be incredibly powerful. Some people may think that's an exaggeration, but the numbers say otherwise. According to 3 market research agencies, Huawei ranked #1 in China's smartphone market in the first quarter of 2026. The Pura 90 Pro Max starts at 6,499 yuan in China, around £705 in the UK, and about $953 in the US. And during a period of high industry costs, Huawei was also the only manufacturer offering major promotions directly to consumers. Several reports also said the initial sales of the Pura 90 Pro outperformed the previous generation. And looking at the Pura 90 Pro Max, it feels like Huawei is following the same strategy again. To me, it proves one thing. The second half of the smartphone race shouldn't be about who builds the biggest sensor. It should be about who understands consumers better. Because technology shouldn't be a luxury for a few. It should create a better life that more people can actually enjoy. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.